Welcome, Vibe Tribe, to the 420 Tarot Lounge. I hope everybody is having the best day that is they could possibly have. I'm Friendly Friday, your reader and host. If you're enjoying the interpretation of the cards, go ahead and give a like and subscribe. Show me some love. All right, so I'm going to try and do like a couple of quick quick read videos, like every time I try and do that though it backfires and it ends up being long, so we're going to see what happens. Anyways, this is just a general reading. My readings are timeless and for entertainment purposes only. And if you are enjoying my interpretation of the cards, find me entertaining or resonate with the channel or the message, go ahead and give me a like and subscribe. Leave a comment, even tell me where you're watching from. Um, it's always interesting to see how far um, videos get, regardless of the topic. Anyway, so let's get started. What does Spirit Source God want to, what message does he want to provide, or do they want to provide the Vibe Tribe at this time? And my readings are timeless and for entertainment purposes only. Um, hmm. It's like Knight of Cups. So Five of Pentacles and Knight of Cups. So there's it feels as though maybe there is a feeling of lost opportunities, a feeling that there was maybe something you should have grabbed onto and you were reluctant and I feel like time ran out. Time ran out. This feels like it is. I'm not sure this is a love. Two of Cups. So there's definitely some type of emotional connection, maybe that you didn't follow through on or didn't pursue, and now you're realizing, or somebody is real. Oh, so there was a card that flipped over there. That was the Ace of Pentacles. So it feels as though somebody is realizing that they had an opportunity to have some sort of happiness, and they were reluctant to grabbing that opportunity. Now, I guess, that you've gone through your thought process, you've gone through all the if, ands, and buts, and you've settled on it. And now I feel like maybe you can't, you're in search of it, but you still haven't found it again. Five of Wands. The you're kicking yourself in the pants for this. See that Fool on the bottom. You're kicking yourself in the pants for this because I think that there was I want to say outside influences. Now, I'm not going to say that they were influences like, oh, not that you're a bad person, or that you're not the person for them. I don't think it was those types of influences. I think it was more they hadn't they have They succumb to temptation easily. I think that's what the problem was in the being delayed. Yeah, see, Four of Wands. They're hoping that you allow them to come back. They're going to come back with a renewed sense of self. Also, maybe even a little bit humble. A little bit humble. Okay, so what steps can the collective take should this present itself to them as someone coming back from the past? Maybe to tower moment, okay, or a tower. I have to move her again. A tower type, like I feel as though you've already washed your hands of this. Oh, okay, Temperance. And so the first one that would have come out was Nine of Cups. So you wanted something more than you weren't willing to wait for them to figure out what it was that they really truly wanted. You moved on. You've moved on, and you've also I feel like you've moved on in pursuit of your uh, happiness, in pursuit of your um, well-being, mentally, emotionally, physically. Um, that's what you were in pursuit of, and you wanted them to come with you, and they decided that they weren't ready for that type of thing. Now they are, but you've already moved on. You've already closed that with this tower. You've already closed that chapter. But they're coming at you. Um, and like I said, they are coming in humbly, but forcefully, I think. All right, let's get another card here, please, Spirit, Source, God. Okay, Seven of Wands. So, okay, so for me, and the Fool is again at the bottom. This is interesting. So for me, this is like a test. Are you going to allow? You've moved on, and I feel as though your pursuit of happiness, if you will, is well on its path. You've got things lined up. I feel like with the Nine of Cups and Temperance, and this is a challenge, and this challenge is coming from this person from the past. I don't have, if I zoom out, then you can't see the cards, and I don't like that either. This person from the past is going to try and challenge you. Okay, so I'm going to ask for 4 more cards as an insight here, insight and clarity. So what would be the advice to someone that is experiencing this scenario, if you will? Let's see if those cards will pop back out again here. Okay, so this one doesn't want to leave my hand. Page of Pentacles. So that's like stand your ground type. Stand your ground. You're not going to let anything get past you. So the advice there is, I guess, don't let, don't any, don't allow anything to take advantage of you. Don't. This is what I'm getting from that card. And we're just going to see where that's going to go once we get a couple more cards here. I want 3 more cards, please, Spirit, Source, God. Sometimes they fly out and sometimes they just don't want to leave my hand when I shuffle. See, now there's, okay, there's a little too many here. So there's the 6 of Pentacles. These are all money. Oh, 10 of Wands. Queen of Wands. 6 of Cups. So that to me feels like, yes, it is a something from the past. And then 8 of Pentacles. For me, this is hard work, perfection. Okay, let's see what's going on here. I'm going to have a sit down now. Oh, you can't see this one. How can I get this to work? I have to tuck her in a little bit. And then maybe we can just put these 2 over here. There we go. Okay. So, oh, and your energy at the bottom. Ooh. King of Swords. He's integrity, truth, no nonsense. He can be authoritative. He can be oh, and then underneath of him is the Knight of Pentacles and the Hermit. Okay, so he's always in the pursuit of shining sunlight on situations. And he's all about truth and logic and facts and authority. And like he could be like the type of person that the energy is like the type of person that would be a judge or a police officer, like a high ranking police officer, or in the military even. And you can see here the cloud. He's illuminating this. This is an air card. He is looking down on everything and assessing it. So I think that is the energy of this read, is to don't slip back into old habits. Okay, so like I said, there's something coming at you that almost like they want a second chance, or almost like they think you're waiting for them. They think you're waiting for them. Oh, that's funny. They think you're waiting for them. I think you are not. I think you are. I was actually going to start with those, but I'm going to see if I can't. You are. You're not one to sit still. This is this. I have a feeling is the viewer, the person who needs to hear this message. You are always. You're willing to learn on the fly. You're Queen of Chaos. You always look like you're put together, even when you're not. You have a you have a way of getting what you want. And I'm going to be putting this here with the Nine of Cups. Let's see that. Let's move it over a little bit. There's a there's definitely you're very strong-willed. I wouldn't say you were stubborn. I would say you know your stuff. And the stuff that you don't completely know, you don't completely know them. Um, this here is definitely this is the card of nostalgia, childhood, memories, um, that kind of energy. And for me, this confirms that this is definitely something from childhood, something or something from the past. Pardon me, something from the past that um, I almost get a feeling that you're curious. You're curious about this person, what they've been up to, maybe you know, you know, maybe you haven't spoken to them in quite some time, but they're definitely a from the past. The the tower moment here is it was self-imposed. It was self-imposed. The there was a lot of this is generally a card of burden, or you've taken on too much, or there's just so much going on, it's not going in your favor, that kind of thing. But and I am getting that feeling from this card that this was um, a self-imposed closure, and it was due to the frustrations of of this person not coming with you. You you cut the ties with them. I again, I feel as though there is a underlying vibration, an underlying vibration, and as you moved forward, you always there was it feels as though you always went back and thought about maybe entertaining them again, if you will. But I it doesn't. You give and give and give. You give and give and give, but I don't see the renewal of your emotional resources. If you if this resonates, let me know in the comments. Um, I'm hearing that you changed your mind on this entertaining entertaining this individual. You changed your mind. I want to get some clarity on that because I almost get the feeling that there was contact, that there's already been contact, and you're kind of mulling it over. But there is almost like you're remembering that it was all give, give, give. Like you were doing all the giving and they were doing all the taking. You were doing all the giving and they were doing all the taking. And you were prepared to live with that because for some reason you had an intense emotional attachment to them. But I think here you've learned your lesson on that. You've learned, or you've decided not to allow that to happen to you again. That you are worth more than that. This is what I'm getting. I'm going to put them under the Queen of Wands here. So that's the Eight of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. So you know that you had been taken advantage of. So now we have the Page of Pentacles here. I'm seeing, so Pentacles is usually a material resource type message, but I'm seeing this the Pentacles here as more of a you are guarding your well-being, and your well-being is your resource, because without your well-being you are nothing, right? Again, my readings are timeless and for entertainment purposes only. You have come to realize here in this that you are worth fighting for. You are worth, you are deserving. You are deserving. Okay, so we're going to just do a couple of clarity cards here. This King of Swords to me is almost like like he is overlooking the whole situation as a, I'm going to say, remote viewer, assessing what's going on as an outside, like they're being nosy in your business. And they are also the type of energy that is not afraid to speak their mind on what they think is going on, regardless if it involves them or not. So, like a nosy Parker, okay? But I'm also getting the feeling that you shouldn't discount what they have to say, okay? It may be annoying, but sometimes an outsider can provide more insight and truth to a situation than Seven of Swords. So there is more clarity, more there is a the person has skeletons in their closet. This they have skeletons in their closet, and I think the King of Swords is trying to warn you about that. Skeletons in their closet. I wonder, have they dealt with the skeletons in their closet? Have they come Seven of Pentacles? So they're still working on it. They're still working on their issues. They're still, they want to reach out. They want to interrupt what you're building over here. That's what I'm getting. They want to interrupt that. They want to interject. They want to be a part of it. High Priestess. You are not a... So with the King of Swords and the King of Swords as the outsider energy looking at the situation, I almost feel like they're telling you they're not over this. They're still getting lulled back into temptation. And temperance is at the bottom again. They're still getting lulled into the temptation, and you actually are in tune. You're actually in tune to what is happening. That thread of connection I had mentioned earlier. It seems like it's I don't know how to explain that. The frequency or the vibration along that thread. When they think of you, it feels like it vibrates at your frequency. And when you think of them, it vibrates at theirs. But you're not on the same frequency. They are still getting tempted back into old habits. And you're in tune with that because of that cord, because of that string. The connection has never ever been truly severed, and I'm not sure that you can actually truly ever cut a cord, because once the experience is there, it's there. Ace of Cups. So once the experience is there, it's there. Connections are forever. There's no cutting the cord. There's no for me, this is telling me that your interest right now is self-love, looking after yourself, making sure that your wants, needs, desires, all that kind of stuff is being met. And you don't think, I'm getting the feeling you don't think this person is ready to provide that, even after all the work that they've done. Let's see if we can't get any more clarity. Let's get some clarity on this Tower with the Ten of Wands. This feels to me like it's a self-imposed closure of a situation. Okay, that one didn't want to go in. So that's the Eight of Pentacles. That is you were looking for perfection. You were looking for the right person. You were looking for the right energy to propel you forward. I feel like it was the right move. Okay, so any warnings, any advice for the collective? Three of Swords. Don't get your heart broken again. Again, the Emperor is on the bottom. Again, my readings are timeless and for entertainment purposes only. I can only tell you what I am seeing in the cards. So I'm seeing that if you come back to this before the time is right, it's just going to create more heartbreak. And you are the High Priestess. You are the master of your own destiny. You're going to make your own choices. So then we have the Two of Cups again, and then we have the Nine of Swords. So there is a I almost feel as though there is a time and a place for this connection. And somebody is trying to rush things. Somebody's trying to rush them. They're getting impatient. Okay, so then now we have the Nine of Wands. The feeling of impending doom, maybe. So this is 99, like 999. That's an angel number. Okay, so somebody's trying to rush things. They feel like that there's a feeling of impending doom. I'm not quite sure what this um, impending doom. Two of Wands. So we also have 222. We have 999. We have two over here again. Um, yeah. Okay. So and then your energy on this is the Star. So there is a feeling that, or sorry, there's a knowing, an underlying knowing that this is supposed to be, this is supposed to be a connection or a relationship that's supposed to work. Um, it's not something that can be forced. They're both parties, so yourself and the person coming at you from the past, both of you have to be, for lack of a better term, healed of old wounds. But of course, keeping the experience, but allowing the feelings to drop, to fall off. Carrying those feelings from relationships that have hurt you in the past is only going to force you to question everything going on here, even though now they've healed. But the Knight of Swords, or sorry, the King of Swords here is telling me no, they have not healed yet. They still have work to do. So maybe they're seeing a therapist. Maybe they are, maybe they're doing shadow work if they're in the occult. Who knows? Um, I'm getting the feeling that if you jump on this, so this Two of Wands here is telling me that if you jump on the connection wagon too soon before they've healed, they will never heal. They will keep falling back because to them then it is an accepted behavior or an accepted um, um, what are, it's accepted, and so they have to learn that it's not accepted, and that they can't go back, and then that's when that their healing becomes apparent. If you try and rush it, it's never going to happen. They're never going to heal. So I'm almost getting this feeling that it's okay to maybe still correspond um, on a friendship or acquaintance type um, communication, but um, if you really do care about this person, but it's not going to be. The advice here is to wait until they are. You could even be there, help them, like support them, but you can't enable them. Then the path will become clear. The path will become clear, which um, how you're supposed to approach this type of connection once they are healed, and how to keep them from falling back. You have already charted your path, and you're not going to allow anybody to penetrate it, or not penetrate it. upset it. You know what what this thing, if you will, this thing has merit, and you're not going to allow anybody to knock it down. Okay. So that is the reading for today. Basically, the message that I'm seeing here is it's okay that you've moved on. It's okay that you still have a connection to this energy here that wants to re-enter, but make sure that their energy is clean. Listen to the people around you. Watch for signs that they are staying on the true path of healing. If they slip back, you have to pull away. My readings are timeless and for entertainment purposes only. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Um, this is not some. This is an exercise or an activity that they have to do themselves. So you would, if there's any inkling, you would have to pull away, and that, I feel like that would have to be in. They would have to understand why you were pulling away. They um, th- this is a divine connection, or will be a divine connection. When you've already healed, these they haven't healed yet. There's still hope. There are still secrets to be revealed. There are still conflicts that need to be addressed, but use your common sense, how all the information is sitting with you, in order to make a decision on how you want to navigate this. So I'm seeing your best bet is to step away and let them know why you're stepping away. That's where the sunlight and truth comes in, the honesty, right? um, the open communication. But you may decide to kind of be with them, maybe not partake, but tolerate it. And tolerating it may not be in their best interest if what their goal is to have you. If I can explain that properly. Anyways, don't give up hope. Um, don't give up on them. Just let them know that you're stepping away because they need space to figure themselves out. And you are only interrupting that or invading um, that type of thing. Anyway, that's the message for today. Today's March 7, I think, 2025. It's Wednesday. Um, Again, my name is Friendly Friday. This is the 420 Tarot Lounge. We have the lights out today, no ring light on. It's a little bit bright here, and brighter than normal. And I kind of like the look of these cards in the dark. When it's a little bit darker, I find they pop more. Yeah. So that's your message, and I hope you pop by again soon. Come bring your coffee. And sometimes some of my readings can be quite funny. I sometimes see some silly things and I'm told to run with it. So that's what happens there. But I don't edit anything. Everything stays in. Even the only time I pause is if I have to deal with my dog when he's having a little bit of an issue. I don't think you guys really want to hear that. So we won't do that. But if I'm letting him in or whatever, I don't edit any of that out. I leave that all in because while I'm away from the desk or while I'm away from my table, there might a message, you might see something that I'm not meant to see, and that is that's kind of the purpose of my channel, to help people open up their minds. And I try to be as authentic as possible. I'm just not showing my face. Otherwise, everything else, that my voice isn't changed. Um, all these, I don't endorse anybody. Um, I don't, I try to be as, obviously, I do have my own values, but I try to keep them out of my readings. My opinion of that out of my readings, if you will. Yeah. So, anyways, I hope that today has found you well, and I hope that everybody has a fantastic evening. Like I said, I was going to try and make this a short one, and it turned out to be 42 minutes. Jeez. Okay. So, namaste, everybody. Have a wonderful day.